Lock off of play action. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Lock. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. But it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
One of the more productive and durable players up until last year. Remember, in 2019, 116 catches, which was an all-time record for NFL running backs. Trying to come back from an injury-filled 2020, just 17 catches on the year. Sure is great to see him back on the field doing his thing.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Locke. This is caught. It's Cooks. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Off the option, here's Williams. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and very short, Locke throwing the out route incomplete. That's Walker. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They look to throw. It's Locke. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. Now able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Locke steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Locke going to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Touchdown! Javonte Williams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And he's out of bounds on the return on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quick.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
At his maximum speed there, according to the Next Gen stats, 21.9 miles per hour. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some...
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Give them 32 on the play. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Locke's throw caught by Sutton. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Locke to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. To throw it is Locke. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They fake the handoff, now Locke. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Odafe Owe. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So that about as easy an interception as a linebacker's ever going to have.
Yeah, when we use the word easy for them, it never is, right? Because, let's face it, a lot of them aren't blessed with the greatest of hands. But the pressure here, it gets home and forces the ball to hang up in the air, and they come away with the pick.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down and 8. From midfield now, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
14-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Again, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Broncos 6. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside.
And got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. KJ Hamler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. This time, the extra point up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
From the 41, Locke. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line. You got tight right there.
Play action. Now it's Locke. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's second and a yard.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Rip right, rip right.
Check 24, check 24.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And if Noah Fant keeps making catches like that, it might not be too long till we say he's one of the top 5 tight ends in football. When he was drafted, that was the expectation.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. False start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check back. 55 is mine, guys. 55. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Throwing now is Locke. Oh, and Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
After the interception, here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taken from about the 12. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Throwing is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They go play action with Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Broncos 13. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39.
Here's Locke. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Locke off a play action. Oh, what a grab. That's Cooks. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On play action, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 20.
I'm the best in the game.
And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
You're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 125 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 8 coming up. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And it brings up 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven 1st. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
And that's his 2nd touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They called his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Boy, 184 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Jackson now. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. 2-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Here we go. 48 for Mike. In your face. Hey, look, 48.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Uses the stiff arm. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
This is the tight end fan. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. 2nd and 7.
Big stop, let's go. Hey, switch gears.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Stop your hey. Nice hot. Rush in. Under 10. 10. Check 43. 80. Nice hot. 13.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
58, Mike, 58.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, check back, 6.
Block working out of the gun. On the slant, it's Fant. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Hey, check back, 6.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Check your hot read. Watch the edge.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Whip. Watch the whip. Mike Zink.
On 2nd and goal. Lock. Cooks full extension. It's complete.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score, Ravens 58.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.